Online admin, can you switch on the video? Can you give the video provision? Admin, Mr. Admin, Mr. Admin. Okay, guys. Mr. Online Admin, online team ki video enable chepinchu. Perfect, guys. Am I audible, guys? Yeah, video will come in a minute. That's not a problem. Yeah, both offline and online. Am I audible? Am I loud and clear? Okay, only online student, please respond. What is the sum of 121 plus 33? Only online student, please respond. What is the addition of 121 and 33? 121 and 33. I found nearly 300 plus students in online, but I'm getting replies from very few people. What about others? And one Mahan Purush has written 151. Who is that fellow? 121 plus 33 I asked, right? I want everyone to reply except deaf and dumb people. For them, I will give reservation. Okay, that 155. Who is that mastermind? Yeah, that's good. Shall we get into the subject? Yeah, tell me. In Java domain, total, how many main frameworks are there to study, guys? In Java domain, important, we have 4 main types of frameworks, right, guys? 4 types of main frameworks, guys. 4 types of main frameworks. Yeah, can you tell me, guys, what are those? Okay, Neelam, not audible up, please rejoin. ORM framework. ORM frameworks. Next, MVC frameworks. Next, what is there, guys? Web services frameworks. Web services frameworks, guys. Come on. Lastly, JWE frameworks, also called as application frameworks. So far, how many frameworks we completed? Explanation. 3. ORM frameworks are there, providing abstraction on JDBC technology and simplifies what, guys? Persistence logic development without using SQL queries, purely through objects. So indirectly, it is helping us to develop objects-based database software independent persistence logic or not, guys? Super. Who is market leader in the ORM framework, guys? Number 1 means who is that? But in Spring and Spring framework, are we having any ORM frameworks directly? But we have a modules like Spring Data JPA, Spring ORM, or Spring and Spring Boot frameworks are given collection of modules, guys. So that you can use what module in which you are interested in. Because you can develop project with 1 module, you can develop the project in 3 modules, you can develop the project having 20 modules, right? So total how many modules are there in Spring and Spring Boot frameworks? 20 plus. All together, community module, extension module, all together 50 modules are there. Okay, in Spring and Spring Boot, we don't have direct ORM framework, but we have a modules providing abstraction on existing ORM framework like Hibernate. So that means in Spring and Spring Boot, are we going to work with Hibernate directly or we are going to enjoy abstraction on Hibernate? So that means what? Framework on framework, right, guys? Already Hibernate is framework and our Spring and Spring Boot are providing abstraction on what? Hibernate, बाप का बाप, right? ऐसा no ना? Already Hibernate is simplifying JDBC coding. And that Hibernate coding again simplified by whom, guys? Spring modules. ऐसा no ना? Right. Next one is what? MVC frameworks, guys. These frameworks provide abstraction on Servlet JSP technologies and simplifies what? MVC architecture based web application development. What are there in the market, guys? In as MVC frameworks? Stratc is there, JSF is there, Tapestry is there, WebWork is there. But luckily, some modules of Spring and Spring Boot frameworks are directly MVC framework now. They are not providing abstraction on MVC framework. They themselves MVC frameworks. What are those? Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC. These are called what? MVC framework. And in the market, we are going to use Spring Boot MVC a lot, right? Who is the market leader in the MVC frameworks? Initially Spring MVC, now it is Spring Boot MVC. Next one is what, guys? Web service framework. First of all, tell me, web service is there to develop the websites or distributed applications? That is clear now? Right. Forget about web service. We have RMI EasyAB also to develop the distributed application. Why we prefer web service compared to what? RMI EasyAB. Tell me, boss. RMI EasyAB technologies are language dependent technology. They say both producer and consumer application of distributed computing must be there in Java. Web service supports what concept, guys? Interoperability. What does it mean? Develop anywhere, consume anywhere. Produce anywhere, consume anywhere. Yes or no, guys? Because of this online shopping website, what is the slogan in India? Manufacture anywhere, sell anywhere. The product manufactured in Kashmir can be purchased at Rameswaram in Tamil Nadu, right? Can be purchased in what? Kochi in Kerala. Is possible or not possible? A product that is manufactured in eastern part of India can be purchased in Gujarat, normal villages also or not? It's same thing. Web service concept is also same thing. Develop producer in any language and consumer in any other language. Still communication is possible. Yeah. So first of all, tell me what is distributed application? An application, the application whose services can be consumed from different types of client, either locally or remotely, is called what, guys? Is called what, guys? Are you getting my point there? Super. Right. Distributed application is client server architecture, no doubt. It is application to application interaction, browser to application interaction. Okay, Flipkart.com talking to Paytm is a distributed environment or web application environment? Browser talking to Flipkart.com. People are not opening mouth. Feel shame. Neighbor is talking and you are not talking. You completed engineering, they completed engineering. You are eating food, they are eating food. Why they are talking, why you are not talking? Attitude problem, jobs will not come. Laziness, jobs will not come. What you will get job? When you will get job? When you are continuously in touch with subject, when continuously active. Please, everything starts here. Your 16-year education may not give confidence to become software engineer. The courses what you are learning in Naresh Technologies, what you are learning here, especially Spring Boot Hibernate, will definitely give confidence to become something in life. That much important it is. These courses are more important than your IIT entrance exam, more important than engineering entrance exam, more important than 10th class board exams. Why? If you clear those exams, next 1 year, 2 year or 4 years education is decided. Life is not decided, right? But if you do these courses confidently, you will face interview, you will clear interview, you will get into industry, you will survive industry. That means your professional life is started, right? And you are assembled here means most of you people are what? Middle class or below middle class, right? So that means financially we are not strong. If professional life is strong, automatically personal life will be good. Because that's the fate of a middle class or lower class, middle class fellows, right, guys? But for rich people, that is a different. Though they are bad in academics, they do well in the life. They are very bad in personal life, they do well in what? Professional life. They are doing bad in professional life, since because they are rich, they do well in personal life, right? But our fate is very much connected to professional life. And that professional life will happen from here. So that's why next 30 years, personal life and professional life will be decided based on these courses, especially this single course called Spring Boot and Microservices. So that's why don't study like in another course. I completed engineering 4th year, 3rd year, 2nd year. I am also completing core Java, advanced Java, and this course. Not going to work out. You should study this as the last course of your lifetime. Learning is a continuous process, but before starting your professional career, this is the most important course, guys. Based on this only, so many things will be decided. Aisa no na? Super, guys. Nelby? And especially boys, guys. Until something happens in professional life, nothing will happen in personal life. That's why don't compete with them. In their professional life, nothing is happened, marriage will happen. Aisa no na? For you, until something happens in professional life, dog also won't look at you. Forget about the girls. And moreover, don't relax. Why? In this generation, single income is not sufficient. Definitely 2 incomes are required. One income for daily needs, one income for your shopping. Aisa no na? So for that reason, you should also work hard, and you should also think about doing job. And nowadays, boys also become bit intelligent. Okay, they are not ready to bear one person lifelong without getting income from them, right, boss? So that's why boys also looking forward, working girls only, working professionals only. Am I right? Tell them loudly, otherwise they will stop studying. Okay, fine. Shall we get into the subject now? Super, guys. Web service frameworks. So we understood, at the end we discussed about difference between web application and distributed application. Super. So shall we get into the last one? What is that, guys? JWE framework. JWE framework, guys. Listen carefully. It is a framework that provides abstraction on multiple Java technologies, JWE technologies, multiple third-party framework softwares to simplify different types of application development and different types of logics development. What are those, sir? Sir, if you learn this framework, no need of learning remaining 3 frameworks. Am I right? And that is nothing but our big boss Spring and Spring Boot. Sir, earlier also you discussed about Spring Boot, Spring also, na? Earlier I launched modules of the Spring and Spring Boot. But I have not launched exclusively Spring and exclusively Spring Boot. MVC framework, Spring Boot MVC. Yes, na? To develop the web services, RESTful web services, Spring Boot REST. But I'm not launching module name. I'm launching framework itself. See, boss, it is providing abstraction on one technology or multiple technology. It is there to develop one kind of application or all kinds of application. What do you mean by all kind of application? Using Spring Boot, I can develop standalone application. Your core Java class with main method, Rama. Calculator application, this kind of small application. Web applications, I can develop. Distributed application, yes, I can develop. Enterprise application, yes, I can develop. Sir, can I develop mobile application using Spring? Sorry, no. For developing mobile applications in Java, Android is there. Using Spring Boot, I can develop 4 categories of application. What they are? Standalone, class with main method, website, browser to software application interaction, distributed application, application to application interaction. See, when I use the word, something is striking your brain, some visualization is coming to your brain, that means you are going right. When I use the term, either example or diagram should come into your visual brain. Is happening? Happening? That means you are focusing subject, you are enjoying subject. Not coming up, you are a IRM GIRM batch. I completed engineering, I also completed Spring Boot microservices. That is useless learning. You have to enjoy learning. When I use the terminology, images should come into your brain. Images, see, when I say mother, your mother image is coming in the brain. When I say flower, flower image is coming in your brain. Now, web application, nareshit.com is coming in the picture. Maybe some other website you may get. Dirty brains, Rava. Fine. Yes, boss. Then when I said distributed application, Paytm is coming into brain. PhonePe, Visa application. Super. Okay, lastly, what? Enterprise application. What do you mean by enterprise application? It's a combination of web application plus distributed. Is that clear, guys? Super. Sir, using Spring and Spring Boot, what kind of logics I can develop? I can develop presentation logics, some extent, not everything. Still Angular, JavaScript, jQuery, these are very popular to develop the presentation logics. But it is also providing abstraction on JSP, don't forget. Spring and Spring Boot are providing abstraction on what? JSP. They got their own JSP tags. Spring and Spring Boot have got their own JSP tag. Some extent we can use it for presentation logic. Is it industry standard or not? Why? What is industry standard? Angular React only. Is that clear? I can develop persistence logic. Talking to database, performing insert, update, delete, select operations on database software. In shortcut, these operations are technically called as CRUD operation. You know, CRUD, crude. Did you heard it? Super. Next one. Business logic, service logic, calculations, analyzation, filtering, sortings, validations. All this comes under what? Business logic. Are you getting my point there, guys? This kind of a number of logics we can develop. That's what I'm trying to say. If you learn Spring or Spring Boot effectively, nowadays no need of learning Spring Boot effectively, no need of learning remaining framework, because in those areas also Spring modules are there doing well. So that's the reason you are lucky people, boss. Last 1-2 years after COVID, all students are lucky. You know, before COVID, we used to teach Java course for 1.5 years. Because they're forced to learn struts, web services, Hibernate, Spring. That time Spring Boot was not there. Some extent Servlet JSP. But now all are sorted out. Clarity has come to the market. Industry has got the clarity, right? Language learning, core Java. Technology learning, but don't stress much. Maximum 2 months. Upper you can complete it. But you have to learn fundamentals and definitions nicely. But Spring Boot microservice, stress like anything. Core Java, Spring Boot microservice, you have to put your 200% efforts 200% time, because these are the courses which will be tested in the interview room, which will be used in the companies daily. Core Java may be not used directly in the company's boss, but it will be used indirectly every day. Clear, boss? Super, guys. Okay, shall we get into this? JWE frameworks. Let me add a few comments very quickly. Am I loud and clear? Am I audible? Am I loud and clear? Super. Okay. To develop different types of applications and different types of, come on, logics. Different types of application and different types of logics. Who is the example for, guys? Example one, Spring Framework, right? From which company? Okay, from which company? I want reply. Interface 21. Team name is what? What team, guys? Boot framework. Again from the same team, guys. All right. Spring provides abstraction on. 1 minute. Here one word is missing. Java technologies and other frameworks. Other frameworks. Yeah, Spring Boot are capable of even providing abstraction on other frameworks, na boss? Yeah, Spring provides abstraction on Java technologies. Java JWE technologies and other frameworks. Other frameworks. Tell me, boss. Yeah, what are those things? Java. It provides abstraction on JDBC. Abstraction on web services. Yeah, web service is not JWE framework. Technically speaking, it is a part of JDK software, right? Okay, and etc. Yeah, all these are what, guys? Java technologies. Java technologies means they are part of your JDK software. They are part of your core Java, right? We don't learn in core Java, but they are part of JDK. JDK software contains two parts, guys. Part number one, Java language. Part number two, technologies. JDBC, RMI, web services, all these are part of Java technologies. That means JDK software. Is that clear, guys? Super. Next one, guys. Servlet, JSP, EasyB. Yesterday I have given all abbreviations. JTA, JAS, JMS, and etc. What are all these, guys? JWE technologies. Yeah, earlier abbreviation of JWE is what? Java Enterprise Edition. Recent abbreviation of JEE is what, guys? Jakarta Enterprise Edition. All these are basics, boss. Tell me, on which frameworks is providing Hibernate, iBetis. What, guys? Hibernate, iBetis. Okay. Toplink. It is providing on what? Toplink. Now Tomcat is a server, boss. Don't give that. Don't give that. Okay. Toplink and etc. are what, guys? Frameworks. Java frameworks. Super. Okay. Echo is coming on the top of Natras or voice. Maybe problem is your side, guys. I think I don't have any problem. Mute. Let me check. Is there any option of muting? Mute all panelists. Wait a minute. Mute all. That's good. Hibernate, IB, Toplink and all these things. Yeah, tell me next one. Using Spring, I can develop different types of applications. Using Spring, we standalone application, web application. Next, distributed application. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Enterprise applications. Enterprise application. Echo is coming on the top of. Guys, am I audible? Am I loud and clear? Now, it should be okay now. It should be okay now. It should be perfect by this time. Yes. Tell me, guys. Spring Boot is equal to what, guys? Spring plus plus. Okay. That means if you feel this is the Spring circle and the outer circle is going to be Spring Boot or not, guys? That means it is providing abstraction on abstraction. Spring is providing abstraction on technologies and some small framework. And Spring Boot is providing abstraction on whole Spring itself. That means more easiness will come in the application development or not, guys? This is Spring Boot, guys. This is Spring. This is Spring Boot, guys. This is Spring, guys. Okay. So with this, we completed all the frameworks discussion. Right. Okay, now listen carefully. Based on the mode of programming we do using frameworks, again, there are two types of frameworks. See, based on the kind of applications we develop using framework, there are four categories of frameworks. ORM, MVC, web services, lastly, JEE. And ultimately, JEE frameworks are good. And that is like all-rounder framework, guys. If I give one simple wording, JEE frameworks are like ocean. Anything is possible. Web service frameworks and MVC frameworks are like rivers. MVC framework only websites. A web service framework only distributed application. And ORM frameworks are only for what? Persistence logic development. They're like small lake kind of, small canal kind of thing. So ORM frameworks are like canal, only logic, not even complete application. Persistence logic only, not complete application, right? Along with so many logic, persistence logic will be there, boss. So that's why ORM frameworks are like what? Canals are lakes. MVC frameworks and Web service frameworks are like reverse, only specific application. And JWE frameworks are like what? Ocean. Everything is possible. That's why if we can use JWE framework effectively, nothing but Spring and Spring Boot. No need of using other frameworks directly. Because these JWE frameworks like Spring and Spring Boot, even providing abstraction on other category frameworks. Is that clear? That's the reason industry prefers working with what? Multiple frameworks are only Spring and Spring Boot. Only Spring and Spring Boot. Definitely only by using Spring and Spring Boot. Yes, that's why I'm giving one note, guys. If we can use Spring or Spring Boot frameworks effectively, Mister, where are you moving? Sit down. Sit down. Okay, Spring or Spring Boot framework effectively, there is no need of learning other Java framework, other category Java frameworks, because our Spring and Spring Boot frameworks are even providing abstraction on those frameworks or not, guys. Yes. What is this? Jyoti madam, we are going to discuss more on Spring and Spring Boot, not all the frameworks. Here, but we cover all the 4 framework operations. I hope you are understanding, because Spring is having modules and each module is providing abstraction on other frameworks. What do you say, guys? Operations wise, all 4 framework operations will be done, but we will do everything using Spring and Spring Boot. More of Spring Boot only. We to enter into Spring Boot, we learn Spring. But once we enter into Spring Boot, every application, every logic we try to develop using what, guys? Spring Boot. Not only that. Apart from this architecture, one more architecture came into the market recently. What is that? MVC architecture. What architecture, guys? We are also going to learn that architecture, and we are going to use Spring Boot to develop what? That microservice architecture, not the MVC, microservice architecture application. I hope you got it, guys. Yeah, I'll introduce what is microservice architecture in the coming days. Okay, now concentrate, guys. Now concentrate. Based on mode of programming we do using Java frameworks, there are 2 types of frameworks, guys. Number 1 is invasive frameworks. Number 2 is non-invasive framework. I'm just playing with English words. Invasive means tightly coupled frameworks. Non-invasive means what? Loosely coupled frameworks. Invasive means tightly coupled. Non-invasive means what? Loosely coupled. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Super. Based on the kind of programming we do by using Java frameworks, there are, tell me, 2 types of frameworks, guys. There are 2 types of frameworks. Number 1, invasive frameworks. Number 2, non-invasive frameworks. Invasive. Tell me, frameworks with tight coupling, right? Frameworks with tight coupling. Next, frameworks with what coupling, guys? Frameworks with loose coupling. Yes. Shall we start understanding invasive frameworks, guys, first? I use this terminology a lot in the coming days. That's why you must follow this one nicely, guys. Yeah. Okay, now listen. While developing applications using invasive frameworks, the classes of that application should implement framework API interfaces or should extend from framework API classes. Should implement framework API interfaces or should extend from what? Framework API classes. That means you cannot complete the classes of the application development without having dependency with framework API class and interfaces. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Without having utilization of framework API supplied. Framework API means framework supplied packages. Framework API supplied classes and interfaces. That means indirectly your application development is tightly coupled with the framework APIs. Yes or no? Na? Without making your classes extending or implementing framework API class and interfaces, can we complete application development? That means this invasive framework says to programmer, hey programmer, come to me, use me, develop your code and keep that code forever with me. Whatever business logics you are writing, whatever classes you are developing, you should run those classes forever in our framework environment. Because your classes are what? Linked with my framework API. Your classes are what? Extending from my classes. Your classes are implementing my interfaces. So you don't have option. You have to use me, develop the code with me, and you have to run that code forever in my framework environment. Don't you think it is like joining in the company with a lifetime bond? Joining in the company with a lifetime bond now, boss. Come on. Hey, employee, come to me, join me, and die with me. Live with me, die with me. Right now? Don't you think it is like boy and girl getting into marriage relationship? Yes or no? Na? No, forget about diverse part, guys. Be positive, man. Be positive, right? Yeah, boy and girl says to each other, let's live together, let's marry, let's live together, let's die together, right? Okay, they are tightly coupled to each other or not, guys? Yeah. Tell me, invasive frameworks are good or bad? Very bad. Very bad. I will tell why. Tomorrow, you are applying wrong meanings, huh? Right. Fine. Jokes apart, let's become serious. I developed my application using struts framework. Each class is implementing struts supplied class or struts supplied interface or extending from struts supplied class. But I found compared to struts Spring MVC is good. But beautiful business logics I have written, calculations or other thing. Can I take those classes? Can I execute those classes in Spring Framework? Why? Every class is having dependency with the struts API now, boss. Struts API says to programmer what? Come to me, use me, develop the application with me, forever execute with me. You don't think about going to what? Other framework. This is really bad or not, guys? Joining in the company with lifetime bond also same, na boss. Good or bad, you have to stay there. Is it going to work out? Sir, are there any frameworks like that in the market? Struts is outdated because of it's an invasive framework, boss. And Spring Hibernate, Spring Boot are really doing well. If not 100%, 80%, 90%, they are giving freedom to us to develop the applications as what? Non-invasive application, because they are non-invasive framework. What's the advantage of non-invasive framework, guys? You'll be developing your logic in ordinary classes and interfaces. These classes will not implement what? Framework API interfaces. These classes will not extend from what? Framework API classes. What's the advantage of it? Today you liked Spring, you will be running your code in the Spring environment. Tomorrow, winter framework has come or rainy framework has come or some other framework has come to the market, which is really, really doing well in the market. So we can take our code, which are ordinary classes and interfaces, can be executed in other framework now, boss. Don't you think it is like joining in the company without bond? As long as you are comfortable, you will work for that company. As long as company is happy with you, he will give job to you. Yes or no? Na? Anyone mind is changed, both are having freedom, boss. He can get the new employee, you can get the new job. Yes or no? Na? It will be good or not? Because employee says, I have many companies, not only you. Company says, I have many qualified people than you. You can live. So that kind of openness is important or not there? Because you should not feel a wrong decision is taken, I am suffering like that, right? Next example is what, guys? Not the marriage, friendship relationship or living together kind of thing. As long as comfortable, hi, bye. Okay, not comfortable, tata, bye, bye, see you. Yes or no? Na? So non-invasive frameworks are good. Spring, Hibernate, all these are what? Non-invasive. And your Spring Boot is also extension of Spring Framework. Can I say Spring Boot is also non-invasive framework, guys? Convinced with me? Right. Spring and Spring Boot are popular because of a number of reasons, guys. One main reason is they are non-invasive frameworks. Is that clear? Super. Can I add a few comments here, guys? Invasive framework. The classes of application development must implement or extend the framework API. Tell me, guys. Interfaces are classes. That means the application classes are what, guys? Tightly coupled with what, guys? A degree of dependency is more between two components. They are tightly coupled components. Degree of dependency is more. For example, you take fan and switch. Can you rotate the fan without switch? So switch and fan are tightly coupled or not? Super. TV and remote, nowadays tightly coupled. Earlier we used to have console kind of thing to operate the TV, but nowadays not there. You have to operate only with what? Remote. So TV and the remote are tightly coupled or loosely coupled? Okay, guys. CPU box and console monitor. CPU box and console monitor. When I say console, don't think about just monitor, any display. Loosely coupled. CPU box you can operate without having console. When I say console, don't see only LED monitor. This is also one console. TV is also one console. You can make anything as console, right? So without console, can we run the CPU box? They are tightly coupled or loosely coupled? Okay, guys. Now tell me, what is the other example? I want to give one example for loose coupling. Degree of dependency is less or totally not there. Less or totally not there. For example, you take a mobile device. You take a mobile device. Nowadays, we have a lot of charging options for the mobile device, right? In this generation, latest mobile device I am talking, mobile device and mobile adapter, loosely coupled or tightly coupled? Loosely coupled. Why, sir? I can charge mobile device through adapter, and nowadays something has come. What is that? Power backup option one. Next option is also there. Wireless chargers. Wireless charger option has come or not there? So are we having much dependency with the adapter, guys? Without adapter also charging can be done. And if possible, from one mobile to another mobile device also charging can be given. Recently that feature is also coming, right? Okay, boss. So tell me, applications are, that means applications classes are tightly coupled with the framework API. Framework API. Okay, now I want to ask one small question next. Our servlet component is a Java class. Everyone written at least one servlet in your lifetime. If not written, ignore this example. If written, try to understand it. Our servlet component is tightly coupled or loosely coupled. Those are confidently saying tightly coupled. Online student, you are not responding, Rababu. You are like deaf and dumb. You are like statues in front of temples. Only two people will respond. Guys, this is not going to work out. One hand, two must be there on the keyboard. That for that, what you have to do, you know, while attending online classes, throw your mobile device 1 kilometer far. Number two, you should sit and listen the class. Don't lay on the bed while listening the class. I know you will do that. And in the middle of the class, you will be in the dreams. Yes or no, na? Number three, try to keep your spinal cord in 90-degree angle. If you rest your back on the chair, that seriousness will not come. If you keep your spinal cord in straight position, 90 degrees, then only seriousness will come. If possible, you can do in the classroom also. Automatically activeness will come. And most importantly, small question or big question, you have to answer. Then only you will be in continuation with the subject. Otherwise, after 10 minutes, can you repeat again? For you, it is repeat only. For me, 45 minutes work, and others, it's a boredom work. Right? Fine. Let it be, boss. Yeah. Servlet component is tightly coupled or loosely coupled? Say something, my dear. Why it is tightly coupled? It's a just class, class that should implement servlet interface directly or indirectly. It is the class that must implement servlet interface directly or indirectly. Directly or indirectly, no problem. Yes, sir, I always developed by extending from HTTP servlet, na, sir. But you are saying servlet interface. Are my dear, HTTP servlet class extends from generic servlet class. Generic servlet class implements what? Servlet interface, right? So that's why every servlet component is tightly coupled component. So tomorrow, one more technology has come to develop the web components. Can I take this class and execute there? Why? It is already tightly coupled with the servlet technology. If it is ordinary class, can I take and use in other places? So Spring and Spring Boot is promising them. Even Hibernate is promising. Most important classes like service classes where we write business classes. persistence classes where we write persistence logic, and other classes where we write important logic can be taken, can be moved to other framework, can be executed there. Or keep the classes there, remove framework one jars that are coming into picture at runtime, replace them with what? New framework jar, so that same classes will execute in what? Other framework. That means I'm changing the runtime time to time. Is it not interesting, Babu? So that's why in Spring Hibernate, Spring Boot programming, when you are developing serious classes, those classes need not to implement or need not to extend from framework API classes and interfaces. Hey, it is not against of implementing your own interfaces, your own classes. It can do that. It is not against of inheritance and polymorphism. Sorry. It's still supported, but it is against of what? Extending from framework API classes, implementing what? Framework API interfaces. Okay, guys. Tell me, guys. Invasive framework says, now onwards, FW means framework, guys. Now, I think now you are a bit old student. I can write the shortcuts, right? Invasive framework says to programmer, hey programmer, what guys? Hey programmer, come to me, use my framework, okay, and develop the application, and run that application code forever with me, forever with my frame, That means you cannot move application code to what framework, guys? Another framework. We cannot move application code to another framework. Are you with me, guys? Yeah. Example, struts. Struts is the best example for that, guys, and it is outdated because of that reason. Note, invasive frameworks are like joining the company with a lifetime bond. This is purely for understanding, boss. Next one. Entering into marriage relationship. Okay. This is only for understanding purpose. Don't give these examples in the interview room. Hey, do you know invasive framework? Yes, sir. It's like a marriage. Okay. He will look at you top to bottom. What the hell you are talking, man? So some example you should understand and you should forget them. You should ignore them forever in your brain. Yeah. Next one is what, guys? Non-invasive frameworks. Shall we concentrate on non-invasive framework? Non-invasive framework. Okay. Let's take the first paragraph as it is. Let's improvise this as required. The classes of application development must implement a need not to implement a. What, guys? Need not to implement. Must implement a, need not to implement a. Need not to implement or extend from the framework API interfaces classes. That means application classes are loosely coupled or tightly coupled. Loosely coupled or tightly coupled. Okay, we are using the word loosely. Loosely coupled, guys. What's the second one? Invasive framework or non-invasive framework, guys. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. Non-invasive framework says to programmer. What it says, guys? Non-invasive framework says to programmer. Programmer. Hey, programmer, come to me. Use my framework and develop the application code. Develop the application code and you can run, develop the application and you can run the code. Tell me, guys. You can run the code either in my framework or by moving to you can run the application code either in my framework or by moving to either with my framework or by moving to, come on guys, another frame. By moving to another frame. Is it clear, guys? Okay. Yeah. What is the slogan of non-invasive, guys? Develop the code. Develop the application code, guys. What code? Develop the application code using normal classes and interfaces. Okay. And execute that code. Execute that code in any framework by arranging the framework libraries. What, guys? The framework libraries. Nothing but jar file. Execute the code in any framework by arranging what? Framework libraries. That's the slogan. Now tell me, guys. Non-invasive frameworks are like what is there? Joining the company without bond, guys. What is that? Joining the company without bond. Okay. Joining the company without bond. Yeah. Entering into what relationship? Friendship, guys. Okay. Entering into friendship relation. Okay. Yes, folks. Fine. I hope you got the clarity, guys. Super. Now the question is, why the spring is named as spring? Because for us it is a season name, na? Why they have given name called spring? Are big people will have silly reason while giving the names for the products. We think that lot of R&D, lot of analyzation, nothing, boss. One small emotion, they give the name. Not only for spring, guys, all popular products are like that. For example, you take Apple computer, guys. Look at the logo of the Apple. It's a full apple or bitten apple. It's a full apple or bitten apple. Okay. So in English, taking the piece of apple or taking the piece of any any product or any food item is called byte na? Come on, boss. In computer science also byte is there. Somehow you liked that. While that Steve Jobs or his team, okay, Steve Jobs only. While biting the apple, he realized here bite is there, there bite is there. So that's why he named his company name as what? Product name as Apple Company. That's why look at the logo, guys. Look at the logo. It's a full apple or bitten apple. Lots of people think that he can make it as full apple. Now why it is? Because he want to match bite word there. Silly reason again. At this stage, by looking the stature of Apple products, that reason looks very silly. It's a small product, you may convince it. But by seeing the quality of the product and price range and the range of the company, the reason to give name that name looks very, very silly one. And you know Java name? Yeah, it's basically what name? Island name. Yeah, James Gosling and his team felt they're able to complete first version of this framework very fastly because they consumed a lot of copy that came from what? Java Island, which is there in Indonesia, which is there near to Indonesia. And very soon it is going to sink, but Java will not sink. Java Island will be sinking, boss. Because Indonesia is a collection of 4,000 to 5,000 islands. And one important island name is what? Java. Another important island name is Jakarta. And I think now it is their capital also. Yes or no? Na? Okay. So, but Java Island will disappear in next for 40, 50 years. But let's see at that time Java will survive or not. Okay. But mark my word, next 15 years, nothing happens to Java. As I said, Java roots are very deep. Okay. Java, what's our wings are much spreaded. Wings are much spreaded. That means when I say wings, byproducts. When I say roots, how many projects being developed, how many devices are running on Java, already in which places they are implemented, those things. I think one day James Gosling, I think you know who is James Gosling, the father, brother, whatever it is. Okay, I really don't know father of Java. He created Java before that. Someone else is there. No, no. Okay, fine. So the father of Java, one day he was traveling. I think it happened 10 years back. He was traveling in various places in London city. And he noticed wherever he used some electronic services, directly, indirectly, Java utilization is there. He tapped one smart card to get into metro train. And if he inquired, there Java is indirectly there. And he started playing with one mobile. At that time, that mobile is there in Java platform. Like this, he noticed out of 20 services he used in a day, 12 to 13 services are implemented in Java at 10 years back. I think now it will be 16 to 17, boss. Definitely it will be 16 to 17. Is that clear, guys? Come on. So that much importance is there, guys. Okay, now let's come to Spring name. Why Spring name is given as Spring? The creator of Spring is Mr. Rod Johnson. I have to give few words about him. But before that, let me show his photograph. Because it's because for me, compared to James Gosling, he is the great fellow. I will tell why. I will tell why. Because he got a lot of criticism, he got a lot of restrictions, and he got expelled from so many teams. Not expelled, thrown him out. And he fought with the entire world to tell that EasyAB was not good. The way you are developing EasyAB, the way you are making EasyAB is not going to work out. You are making things complex. You are not making things easy. He fought almost 6-7 years. I'll tell that story. Okay, Jay, what is that? Mr. Rod Johnson, right? He is Mr. Rod Johnson, guys. He is Mr. Rod Johnson. He is the person who found Spring, now followed by that Spring Boot. Sir, why it is named as Interface 21? In the initial team, only 21 members are there. That's why he named it as what? 21. Interface 21 is the company name. Right. Why he has named as Spring Boss? He asked his team members, Are we have to release, give some name, give some name. So many people come up with so many names, guys. But one day when he was sleeping, somehow he got into the memories of Nepal trip. Got into the memories of Nepal. You know Nepal? Yeah. Nepal is having what? Himalayas. Very famous for tourist and especially trekking. Yeah. These foreigners, guys, in a year, 10 months they work hard, they earn money, and they bring that money to Nepal and they spend entire money in 2 months in trekking, and they trek in Himalayas for 2 days, 3 days, continuously 10 days. They do campaigns in Himalayas so that they feel that fresh air they will breathe so that lungs life will increase. Are you understanding my statement? Lots of foreigners, maybe Indians don't bother that much because we feel that if you go to our foreign country, if you go to what? A forest area, here also we can get the fresh air. But Himalaya fresh air is different and this fresh air is different. Okay, now? But lot of Australians, lot of Russians, lot of US citizens and Europeans, okay, once in a year or twice in, once in 2 years, they will definitely visit Nepal. They will definitely stay in what? Mountain areas of Himalayas and to improve their lifetime. Because they love themselves. But we don't love ourselves. We love our next generation. Yes or no? Na? We love our next generation. That's the difference between Indians and what? Foreigners, right? We earn money, we die, and next generation will enjoy. Yes or no? Na? But foreigners, once you completed 16 years, they will throw you out and they start living from themselves. So to live them from themselves, lifespan should be increased. Should be increased, it means health should be great. How it will be great? In different practices. One practice is what? Spending in what? Himalayas. Right. Rod Johnson also, same category person. Because he is not an Indian, he is a foreigner, right? Okay. When he was sleeping, or somehow it got striked. What got striked, you know? Compared to winter season that he spent in what? In Nepal. Spring season experience was good. And for him, it was memorable season, guys. So next day morning, and he came and announced this framework name is Spring. Big people, small thoughts. Big people, clueless reasons. Yes or no? Na? So that's the reason. Nothing else. No technicality behind that name. It's a just emotional, accidental decision. What is that? Emotional, accidental decision. Strike it and announce. Like Java, like Apple computer, that one. But Hibernate is word is there now. Hibernate word. But that's a technical name. Okay. The Hibernate is created by Gavin King, boss. Hibernate is created by Gavin King. He is Mr. Gavin King. He's still not young. He's old only now. Okay. Old photograph. Yeah. The word hibernate came from hibernation. What is hibernation? I will tell. If you go to North Pole, a lot of snow, extreme cold temperatures. Yes, na? But in the temperature also, one animal will survive. What is that animal? Polar bear, right? Okay, there food is available only for 6 months, and remaining 6 months, entire North Pole will be covered with snow. Okay, that animal got one super facility, guys. 6 months it will eat the food, okay, and keeps in the stomach or whatever it is, body, and next 6 months it start consuming it. This process is technically called as what? Hibernation. What is that, guys? This process is technically called as hibernation. Arey, in our Puranas, Kumbhakarna is there. Kumbhakarna. You don't know about him? If you are lazy, you can become Kumbhakarna. Yes or no, na? Yes. Kumbhakarna also same story, na? 6 months you sleep and 6 months he eats. He is sleeping, but he is surviving means what? Whatever food that is reserved in the body, it is that has been consumed internally, right? Okay, that is also called hibernation process. In the hibernate technology also, records are coming and storing into Java objects. And we are doing all activities on Java objects without hitting the database software. Come on, guys. It is also not exactly looking like hibernation. Na? That's the reason this technology name, they named it as what? Hyper. I have seen so many technology name because whenever I got some new name, I'll try to see the history. This is the one technology where somewhat technical reasons are there while giving name called Hibernate. And why all these things, guys? In your laptop, you might have seen Hibernate mode, sleep mode, right? Nowadays, no one is giving Hibernate mode, sleep mode. What's the difference between shutdown and restart and sleep mode? Are you using your laptops? What's the difference between shutdown and restart and sleep mode? No difference, huh? When you go for sleep mode, it will remember the state of your computer when it got stopped. When it got stopped, suppose Tomcat server is running mode, VLC player is in open mode. Okay, Zoom class is what? Open mode. Zoom application is in open mode. Okay, now you can, that time you went into sleep mode. It will shut down. Internally power, its system is running. Because of that, it is remembering the state of the computer, right? When you try to restart, it will bring all the services as it is in old state. That is called a sleep state. Nowadays, they are calling sleep state, guys, but originally it is called hibernate state. Because people are not understanding the word hibernate. That's why they have given name called what? What state, guys? Sleep state. Is that clear, guys? Come on. Super. Shutdown means you will lose, no state will be there, no? Yeah. Tell me, guys. So, what is our this one? Spring. What is our one, guys? Spring. Guys, type of the spring. JWE framework or application frame. Because every week it will change, sometime every day also it will change. It's a continuous upgradation, guys. Okay. Oh, version. Who is the creator, guys? Now, am I audible? No audio. Is it okay now? Am I audible? Mr. Call the admin boss. I think it's matter of 5-10 minutes, sir. We'll manage. ఇది లూజ్ కనెక్షన్ ఉన్నట్టుంది వేరే ఓకే వదిలేసా లేదా రేపు చూద్దాం రేపు మంచి మార్చు ఫైన్ గైస్ sometimes voice breaking I think some device is having issue no problem yeah come back he was the member of EZB 2.x designing and in that team nearly 15 members are there every day used to fight with them we are making EZB complex EZB heavyweight if this is the way to work with the EZB no one likes the EZB but unfortunately they released EZB 2.x since there was no alternate in the market lightweight alternate in the market and that too banking revolution is started at that time bank has started automating their services and as part of banking revolution automation revolution transaction management is very much required what is transaction management guys do everything or nothing principle if completed all activities of that task should be completed if one activity failed other activities also should be rolled back do everything or nothing come on guys I generally say that one if attend all classes 1 day coming 2 days bunking mother health not good father okay ask you to go somewhere these things are not going to give the job right if attend all classes otherwise bunk all the classes so that is nothing but transaction management principle or not guys you look at the transfer money it's a combination of how many operations guys two withdraw from source account deposit into destination account if completed both should be completed withdraw success deposit failed is it going to work out withdraw success deposit failed is it going to work out withdraw failed deposit success customer is happy but bank will come onto road once right withdraw failed deposit success you are happy withdraw failed withdraw success deposit failed you will go and fight with bank people yes or no na so while doing such kind of logics boss definitely transaction management is very much required or not required no doubt it is required am I right guys are you understanding my statement boss see at that time EZB was the only technology supporting transaction management that too no programmer need not write the logic ready-made logics are there for transaction management so though EZB was heavy though EZB was complex they entertained EZB to enjoy this what transaction management feature especially banking industry okay by showing this success as the reason okay everyone commented Rod Johnson look at this you said that it won't click but everyone is using EZB all bank people are using EZB banks are big organization are they mad to use EZB but he was the only person who noticed why EZB was used in those bank projects because of transaction management facility okay EZB 3.x design started he was requested to join in the team also who Rod Johnson he said I don't moreover he has released one book to the market JWE without EZB hey people in the Java industry use JWE technology but don't use EZB everyone thought that in frustration because of his personal clashes with what Sun Microsystem and team he might have written that book no one cared him but he has not given up guys he has spent 2.5 years time he released Spring 1 version okay and shown how lightweightly we can develop what? Big application. How easily we can bring not only transaction management, lot of other facilities. And you don't believe, my dear, it is a huge success. And EasyAB 3.x people also used Spring Framework reference as their reference while releasing 3.x. But he has seen lot of insults, lot of comments, and he fought a lot. That's why, compared to James Gosling, I appreciate Rod Johnson a lot. Life has become very simple, boss. Okay, initially when I worked for a company, I have got a chance to work on EasyAB. You don't believe, boss. To insert one record into DB table, I should write 200 lines of code, and the EasyAB container will be there. That will generate another 200 lines of code. Altogether, what? 400 lines of code. Then one record will be inserted. People paid that heaviness because of transaction management. But Spring has come, not only transaction management, many ready-made facilities given just like that. You use one XML entry or one annotation, that facility is ready. And abstraction on technology, abstraction on other framework, simplification on overall application development. So that's why EasyAB gone. And one more reason why EasyAB is outdated is a web service revolution started, guys. Web services revolution started. So definitely what? No one is worrying about EasyAB. No one is directly using JWE technologies. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, guys. Who is this R, guys? Okay. I think admin, huh? Yeah. Creator is this one, guys. Tell me. Vendor company. Who is the vendor? Interface 20. What is the team name? What's the team name, guys? Pivotal team. Yeah, it's a free open source or commercial technology, guys. Open source. And open source does not mean just free, boss. Source code will be given to you people. What will be given to you people? Source code. 90% they expose, 10% they wantedly hide, guys, to avoid some technical problems and license issues, guys. But 90% they expose. Why they do, sir? They are giving it free of cost, na? If they expose the source code, you may inspire from that, and you may create one more better framework. Or other vendors may create better framework. Or as extension, one more framework may come. As extension, one more supporting framework may come. Who knows? So that's why Java is open source. Spring is open source. Spring Boot is open source. Majority of things in Java are open source. And they believe in open source mechanism. And they feel if Java was released as a commercial language or commercial technologies, okay, like a .NET environment, we would have not seen this much success in the Java. Because free means what? Company psychological feeling. Let's try one pilot project. Pilot project clicked, guys. Then they use it in main project. Free means what? You also learn easily. And when resources are available, programmers are available. When programmers are available, companies are forced to use Java. And moreover, free means what? Many vendors will come into picture to develop different facilities. For example, JDBC you take, guys. Sun Microsystem has given only technology, only specification. Who is developing driver software? Vendor companies. How many vendors are there in the market? 100 to 200 are there. Almost for every database software, they have given driver software. But when it comes to .NET, Microsoft only should give specification. Microsoft only should give driver software. Does it allow any third party to work with the driver software, guys? So here variety is more or not. If you look at the Microsoft technology, Microsoft only should give specification. Microsoft only should give implementation, softwares. But in Java, Sun Microsystem gives only specification. There are 100, 200 vendors are there giving implementations. Is that clear, guys? Array, Sun Microsystems says only one thing. I give everything free because I want to see more people learning it. I want to see more vendors creating products out of it. When more vendors are there in the picture, competition will increase. When competition is there, quality will come at a cheaper price or sometime at free of cost. Yes or no? Na? That formula is applicable everywhere, guys. You take telecommunication business in India before Airtel, Vodafone arrival to the market. That time we used to have only BSNL, right? We used to have only what? BSNL. If you use minister reference, after 6 months, you will get a telephone connection and the colony, entire colony used to appreciate you. Great, you got telephone connection in 6 months. Who is your minister? Who is your relative? Minister, chief minister. Like that, you used to get appreciation or not. But now, today night, you dream about taking telephone connection. Tomorrow morning, 4 or 5 executives will be there knocking your door. How many connections you need, sir? Yes or no? Na? It's because of competition? Definitely. But at the same time, quality is increased in telephone services or quality is decreased? Definitely increased, right? Earlier they used to charge for incoming calls. Now they are saying outgoing also free. They are saying pay just 300 rupees and unlimited outgoing, unlimited incoming. And per day some mobile data also they are giving. It's because of competition or not? Suppose, let us assume still we have only BSNL in the market. What happens? What happens? Another SBI. Every bank employee behaves like I am next to Reserve Bank. Did you ever gone to SBI? You touch any fellow, he will behave. I am next to Reserve Bank. Be careful while talking with me. BSNL employees also will be like that. Services will be like that. So let it be, boss. That's the reason after arrival of private banks, SBI also streamlined their services or not. So competition is definitely required, guys, in any sector. Definitely, then only the best quality will come out, guys. Super, guys. That's the open source. I have a question, sir. If everything is free, how these companies are surviving, sir? Yes, na, boss? Sun Microsystems, Java free, Oracle Corporation, Java free. Then how they are minting money? How they are surviving? Because that is the organization. They should also pay taxes. When they pay taxes when they get income, they need to pay salaries, building rents, power bills. Yes, na? There is a new technique they are approaching, boss. But that is not a serious commercial technique, but survival technique, that is. What is that? Survival. All these open source companies says, my products are free, services are not free. What do you got? Products are free, services are not free, byproducts are not free. They just keep product free, boss. I'll tell. Java free, but Java certification exam free. Yeah? They charge 9,000, 10,000, 15,000 for each exam. And a bit hype is created on certification. Now that is reduced a little bit, but initially certified Java programmer means what? A stamp on your face, right? Okay product. Okay product kind of thing, right? How much they charge, guys? 10,000. Like this, how many certification exam they are offering? 7 to 8. Starting exam is 9,000, 10,000, boss. If you go to high-end exam, they are even charging 50,000, 60,000. That's one thing. And initially, they used to give training for those exams, boss. Each person they used to charge 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees. Even Spring people also. Spring certification is also there. And the exam fees itself 80,000. Exam fees itself 80,000. And you want to official Spring trainer should come and give Training means 2 lakh rupees you have to pay. By printing books, by conducting corporate trainings. Come on, guys. You have used Spring. In the middle of the project, you struck it up. Your entire team is failing to solve the problem. You cannot remove the Spring from the project because you are already in the middle. But you cannot go further because you are stuck up. Then you have to call expert. That expert is called SME, subject matter expert. Come on, guys. Then person like me comes into picture. Person like me comes into picture on behalf of what? Spring organization as a consultant. Now consultant means what? They don't work for anyone permanently. They go on demand basis. I hope you are understanding my point. Then we spend 1 week time, 10 days time, and we charge money. In that charges, 50% I take, 50% Spring people will take. Because I am going, na? That's why. I hope you are understanding. And that billing will be in lakhs, boss. Sir, I want to become consultant, but it won't happen overnight. That comes with what? Experience. When you look at any problem, you should feel, I already seen this problem somewhere. Got it? And you should have a lot of command on memory management, process management, OS level knowledge is also required. Why? Because small API problem they will solve, guys. Exceptions, error they will solve. When it is really creating memory issues, then only people approach us what? Subject matter experts, SMEs. I hope you are understanding my statement, guys. Fine. So like that they charge money, like that they earn money. But don't think that, oh, they are going to make money out of it. Survival money only. Meaningful, respectable survival money. But it's a new type of business. It's not business, guys. It's a new way of generating the revenue for the daily needs or monthly needs. I hope you convinced it, guys. Again, sound not coming. Fine. Anyhow, time is also over. Yeah. I want to ask one question. Tomorrow you need session or you don't need session? You need session. I hope everyone completed backup videos. Already completed. Fine. So public demand needs session. First time I am seeing. First time means in your life, not my life. People asking for session. That means you are enjoying the session, waiting for the next class, or feeling when this class will over. Are you feeling it? See, I spoke nearly for 1.5 hours. But when you look at the watch, are you getting the feeling class is just over? That means you are involved. Try to involve. Not today when I'm telling this kind of stories. Tomorrow when coding starts also, same seriousness, same commitment is required. Don't worry, I will take care of that part. I will change your living lifestyle process. I will change your thought process by the end of this course. How to look at the problem, how to approach the problem, how to gather the requirement, how to put into the coding, we are going to change. By my humble request is, come to classes regularly, do the practicals regularly, complete the assignment. Most importantly, don't study for the job, study for the subject. If you start studying for a job, every time we'll ask whether this will be asked in interview, whether it will be asked in, is it important in the company? I will teach only essential subjects only. I'm teaching means they are required. Either for interview or for survival of the job, they are required. See, my statement is very simple. Knowledge is your product. Salary, job, social respect, all these are byproducts. Got it? My father is a 1 acre land farmer. My grandfather is a daily labor. I don't mind to tell all these things. But I believed in software. I believed in Java. But I am something in life. This is nothing, but I am something in life. Okay, that is possible when you learn things consistently and when you continuously increase your knowledge vertically. Vertical growth is there, horizontal growth is there. Today Java, tomorrow .NET, day after tomorrow testing tools. That is called horizontal growth. None of, you are not good in any one. Jack of all, master of none. Knows everything but not perfect in anything. But I have not done like that. I have chosen only one vertical, that is Java vertical. Whatever comes in Java, I am learning. Now that people are saying full stack, I am ready for full stack development. New frameworks ready. Java related full stack development, I am ready. You ask me to write single line of Python code, I'll say I am taking retirement. You ask me to write single line of C# code, I will say I am going to Himalaya forests. Because I believed in Java, because luckily it got survived, I am also survived. Choose one vertical, try to become expert in that. Are you getting my point? That's what I did. That's what everyone should do. Every 2 year changing domain, changing technology, not going to work out. Because you never enjoy life-wise. Always will be tension. Array, this technology, that technology, all this stuff. And if you observe very carefully, guys, as your age is growing, your focus will be narrowed down to learn one specific vertical. Check it out. Up to 10th class, you study 6 to 7 subjects. Yes? Plus 2, 3 subjects, MPC. Engineering, in that 3 subject, one specific highlight, electronics, electrical, computer science. Okay? In computer science, both programming, non-programming, management, kachra, everything you studied. Yes or no? Na? Okay, after coming out, you have chosen Java. Yes? Day to day, you are narrowing your learning process. Yes or no? Na? And if you don't become perfect in the narrowing, where else you will become perfect? And moreover, everything is according to your choice. No one is forcing you. Up to 10th, you have a complaint. I like mathematics. Why should I study remaining subject? Fine. Plus 3. Plus 2, you have a complaint. I like chemistry. Why should I study remaining 2 subjects? Fine. Engineering. I like programming. Why should I study management subject? Fine. That also. Now, Java is your choice. Faculty is your choice. Institute is your choice. City is your choice. Then what's the problem to become Java subject expert? Still you are not becoming. Still you are searching for excuses. Your karma. Your karma. Because you only chosen everything. You only narrowed down everything. And if you, in this vertical, if you don't become expert, sorry boss, you are running, you are not enjoying the life. You are just searching for the excuses for failure. Because before trying only, you are agreeing your failure. Remember, parents are the last people who loses hopes on you. The day they lose hopes on you, no one will going to support you. So before they lose hopes on your capability, do something and take these courses seriously. Do practicals and make friends who are having same level visionary, same level targets. Stop doing friendship with rich kids. They come to Hyderabad for time pass on the name of courses. They throw money on your on you, and they will roam you. They will make you to roam along with him. One fine day disappears, saying that my father is calling me to take care of family business. He left. He is there. For him, family business is there. What you will do? By that time, you are habituated to luxury life. Yes. Any money support from parents? Habituated to luxury life, bad habits, no money is coming. So what is happened? Depression, suicide. That is the problem with doing friendship with a rich kid when career is not built. Once career is built, do friendship with rich kids. You can grow along with them. Until career is not built, don't do friendship with rich friends. They are very, 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 very danger. Sir, how to identify who is rich kid, sir? Very simple, guys. The person who is eating egg white only, not yellow. He is a rich kid. Come on. As an ordinary person, do you allow? Do you ignore yellow? You happily enjoy yellow, right? Only rich kids only will do that, right? Understanding my statement? While eating egg, anyone is ignoring yellow. He is a rich kid now onwards. Please remember that. Stay away from him. He is very danger to your life. And a rich kid, that too girl, too danger, boss. Rich kid, that too girl, too danger. Because you'll be in the positive feeling. I should spend for girl. Girl is spending on me. So she might be good girl. No, 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 no. Very danger. She will spoil your life and your parents' life also. Okay, I'm just joking. Don't take it seriously. Yeah. Fine, guys. So shall I upload the notes now? Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow's session is there, but the session will start. Okay, regular timing one. I'll do that. Tell me here, what is this, guys? Natraz Java Arena. Yeah, please complete your prerequisite. Mostly next class onwards, with this introduction is over, guys. Next class onwards, we will be getting into, Monday onwards, we'll be getting into programming. Tomorrow, I'm officially going to introduce Spring Core module. What module, guys? Nothing but Spring Basics. Tomorrow only I will start. No Saturday assignment, but tomorrow introduction, Monday onward, coding will start. Incrementally, I will start the coding. Incrementally, I will every day few inputs and we'll complete first application. Okay. You have to complete core Java inheritance, especially composition concept is there now. Has a properties. Difference between inheritance and composition. Is a relation, has a relation. Before coming to tomorrow's class or next class, please be prepared on that concept. Yeah, tell me here. Upload file. Where is our document, guys? What's your batch code? 1102. Introduction. What is today's date? What is today's date? 23. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We'll meet tomorrow and we'll discuss more on core module. With this, we completed introduction. Those who have not completed watching of backup videos, please do as early as possible. Thank you. Sir, class best, but I have to college this time. Can we join next batch? Yes, you can join next batch. That will come after 1.5 months. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time.